Class 95 speaks to Mika.
So, you're the third of 5 children in your family, and people always say that the middle child is always the most quiet one, the peacemaker in the family. Do you think that's an apt description of you?
No. No, I don't think we're like that in our family. I think we come from a very strange family. We're all artists. We're all, equal portions sane and equal portions totally insane. I think that my mom smelt insanity on all her children, and that's why she was so keen to educate us. And that's why we were so, intensely disciplined, I think, when we were children. I mean, it was very strict, very bohemian, but very, very, very strict in terms of, work and stuff like that. And I think that she, that was her kind of one way. She was like, these kids are slightly scary and kind of artistic, and they're going to take a lot of risks. But if they have an education, if they have discipline from now, maybe they'll be able to take care of themselves. And I think that she was right, in all honesty. As much as I hate to say it, because it was such a tight ship in my family growing up, I think she was right.
Mother's always right. So who's the person...
I don't know about that, but...
So who's the person that inspires you the most in your music and in your life?
There isn't. I'm a magpie. If anything's worth stealing, I'll steal it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like from everywhere. I steal people's stories. I listen to music and it drenches into me, and I love it so much that I want to do better than it. And I mean, the artists that influence me, from Harry Nilsson to the theatricality of Bowie to the intense melodic operatic songwriting of someone like Mercury. I mean, everywhere, to the rhythmic and to the simplistic and guttural, somebody like me and Simone.
Maybe you could say that life inspires you.
I don't know. Life doesn't inspire me because I kind of fight against it most of the time. That's why I live in a bubble. That's why I hide most of the time. No, I don't think life is very inspiring. I find life very confusing.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I've heard that
but I think that everyone would admit that if they were really asked.
Now, I heard that you speak French fluently because you spent a portion of your childhood in France, and I read somewhere very interestingly that you took Mandarin lessons for 9 years.
Yeah, I did.
So, what prompted the interest to learn the language?
My mother, I guess, she used to make us take Mandarin lessons. She forced us to.
But why Mandarin?
Because she was just like, if you're going to go into music, you do music. But if you ever are going to go into business, you try to study Chinese. That's kind of how she, and I was like, no. And she was like, yes.
Okay.
And I had no say in the matter. I mean, now you understand why I was always rebelling as a child. I mean, at the same time, my sisters, all my 3 sisters, are fluent in Mandarin.
Right.
And I'm not, because I spent 9 years bribing my teacher with chocolates and telling her that it was much more productive to listen to Cantopop. So I learned nothing. I mean, I speak very basic Mandarin. I understand a bit, but,
Can you say something for us?
No.
Okay, so tell us something about you that we don't know.
I don't know how much you know. Some of the listeners may not know anything about me.
That's true. Just pick one out.
I'm tall. And
okay.
Nobody knows that. I'm about almost 2 meters tall. And on stage, because I'm tall but I'm skinny, I look normal height. And after the concert, people are really surprised to see how tall I am. And that's what helped me actually in the street a lot and stuff, especially, in France or in bits of all around Europe. I'm very tall and I wear a little hat. No one even has any idea it's me.
Because everybody will have to look up.
Everyone has to look up, and also if I wear a hat, no one sees my curly hair, and then I just look like some kind of weird, dark-set, eyed Lebanese mutt, and so they don't. I just look kind of strange.
2 meters. If only I had just a little bit of your height, just a little bit.
How tall are you?
I'm 158. So I'm
158? You're 1.1 meters?
No, I'm 1.58 meters.
Okay, I was about to say.
I'm not 1.1. I'll be a little Lilliputian or something. No.
I'm
tiny. I'll probably come up to your waist.
There's nothing wrong with that. One of my friends is about 1.1 something meters tall.
No way.
He's about 30. He's 32, yeah, but he wasn't ever tall. But he has more. Height has nothing to do with it.
He's got more personality.
Yeah.
So, how's the love life going? Are you seeing anyone at the moment?
Yes.
Ooh, how's it going?
Good.
Tell us any more about it?
No.
Is it somebody in the industry?
None of your business.
Okay, so
Love's not for sale.
Okay. So now you're going to be performing for the first time ever here in Singapore on 14th of June. And of course, we're all really, really psyched about it. Have you ever visited us here before?
I never have. I mean, the only things that I know about Singapore, apart from a few Singaporean friends, is my A-levels geography studies, because I studied urban planning at school, and I had to study, Singapore for about 2 years. All the kind of like building regulations and the government policies and all of that.
That's bizarre. Why Singapore?
Because of the kind of the influence that the government had in the urban planning and how successful it turned out to be on, in theory, all this kind of like controls over building regulations and stuff like that.
Wow. I think you know more about the urban planning here than I do.
Maybe. It sounds like it.
So what can we expect? What can your fans expect at your performance here in Singapore?
Nothing. They can expect no urban planning references. That's for sure. My show is like a carnival. It's like you step into another world for 2 hours. You're in my world. And it's based on, there's a lot of mime references. It's very much theatrical, and operatic. I come from theater and opera, so obviously I'm going to reference that visually. When you make music like mine, I have a very diverse range of songs. I have some songs that are very radio friendly and very commercial. I have songs that are very much, more spooky and storytelling songs. The only way that you can really understand how all of that works together is literally by coming to see one of my shows. And the audience is very important. They kind of do half the work, and there's a lot of audience participation. It really is like a carnival for 2 hours. I love chaos. It's based on, there's a lot of Mexican Day of the Dead references in this new show as well.
Okay, so if there's one rule you want your fans to abide by at your show, what rule would that be?
Make yourself heard. Be part of the show. We've had people from the crowd come up and join the show for a few songs because they had a reason to, We've had people come on and actually play some of the instruments while I sing, It's very much a kind of that kind of atmosphere. We're also looking for volunteers in this show. We're looking for people who want to come on stage and join us in this show, and there's costumes that we need you to wear. So a few hours before, we're going to be going and picking people from the queue and having them come in and join the show.
Oh, okay, that's a good hint. So guys out there, if you're listening to this, you gotta go queue and remember to stand out, to jump up and down and wave, okay? Finally, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans here in Singapore?
Well, I'll know after I come and do a show. Firstly, thank you for having me. The only reason why we go to places is because people want us to go there. So it's an honor and a privilege, and I'm really looking forward to it.